Right, hello. I think I'm live. I'm going to be live on, I'm trying to do it so I'm not looking at both. I'm going to be live on Instagram and I'm going to be live on my Creatively Curious page. Right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to speak to you from the heart today. I could have done a video about this and I could have done it that way, but I've chosen to do it this way. So I'm going to tell you a story. 2018, I I was drinking. It was New Year's Eve. I was at the time going out with a really lovely guy. He was my first. I was 47, 40, yeah, 47, 48. He's my first boyfriend for 4 years. I'd chosen to be celibate because I'd had basically really, really bad relationships, a lot of alcohol, drugs, violence. Um, and so I decided that that wasn't going to happen anymore. So I, I met this guy. We had a really good time. It was New Year's Eve. We've been together over a year. Um, and I knew I'd been tracking my periods. I'd been fully aware that there was a time when I would just get really shit. I'd just feel really awful. And I couldn't understand why, because I was with this really great guy. I was really happy to treat me really well. And I'd been tracking my periods and stuff. And then and then New Year's Eve 2018, we were out. We'd had a boozy. It was New Year, it was Christmas, and I'd been drinking, and I was feeling really shit. Something in my head, and I just got this thing in my head, and I started drinking, and I just disappeared. I was in the pub with everyone, and all of a sudden, I just disappeared, and I went home. And I just started drinking and and I got into my head and my boyfriend disappeared. I spent the New Year's Eve on my own and I carried on drinking. And I mean, I was drinking. I was sneaking up to the off license up the road at 5 in the morning to buy beer. I was just going into this unbelievable, I mean, I was suicidal. I, it was awful. I was just in a mess, and I was being very vocal about it on Facebook, um, and it was horrendous. It was probably, yeah. So that was New Year's Eve 2018, and I just drank myself into this. Oh, it was awful. It was, and I just thought, and the shame the next day, the posts that I put on Facebook, the things that I'd said, it was awful, and I just thought, this isn't right. I've got to do something about it. And somebody said to me, do you know about PMDD? And I was like, no. So basically, I was given this from Mind, what PMD is. Like PMDD, if you don't know, and the reason why I am going to talk about this is that the BBC in the UK have finally had something on the news about PMDD. Finally. And it made me cry because I'm not alone. And I know I'm not alone because there's a lot of us out there. So what is PMDD? I'm going to read, I can't read it very Premenstrual dysphoric disorder. It's a very severe form of premenstrual syndrome which can cause many emotional and physical symptoms every month during the week or two before you start your period. It's sometimes referred to as severe PMS. I'm going to read you this description of somebody else's description of it, and this is, I think my PMDD was at its worst when I was drinking. This is one of the reasons why I've addressed my drinking. So I'm going to read this woman, this is on Mind, which is the mental health website in the UK. The best way for me to describe it is that once a month I decide to press my own self-destruct button and literally let my life, my normal, very happy and satisfying life, implode around me. Then when the dark thoughts are lifted and completely cleared, I spent the next 2 weeks trying to pick up the pieces. And that was my life. And I went to the doctors. I told him I had all of the 12 things that they put with it. And I told my doctor, he was so good. I was very lucky because some women have it find it hard. The doctors don't believe it. They just say, oh, it's just PMS. And it just isn't. So he was really good. I got diagnosed with PMDD. I tracked my cycle. So for 2 weeks, so a week before my cycle and a week after, I can't, my mental health, I go into a deep depression. I can't really come on and do, I'm just coming out of it now, so that's why I'm a little bit emotional. So I come out of it, and so for 2 weeks I go into, I feel like it feels like the gates of hell open up, and my thoughts. If somebody described it the other day, is your reality alters. That is all I can do. It is fucking horrendous. But the problem with me at the time was I was drinking, and drinking, which I have found out, is what caused me, because it looks like I have PMD since I have my son, who is 27. So I've had this 27 years. It would explain all the dreadful things that I did to myself, to other people when I was drinking, when I had PMD. Oh my God, you just, but it is important to talk about this because it nearly killed me, because it made me suicidal. And there were times when I couldn't see, when I was in these deep depressions, that I couldn't see a way out of it. You can't. And then I would be all right for 2 weeks, everything would be fine. And I was thinking, I don't get this, what's going on? And it is real. And seeing it on the BBC and other women talking about how it makes them feel is so important. We need to talk about this. So I did say this is going to be a long one. So fast forward, I knew that I had my diagnosis. Unfortunately, my relationship with the guys ended. We had a lovely time. He changed me, he helped me be the person I am today. So I will always thank him for that. What I had realised is it was the alcohol. The alcohol was fucking me up massively. So I'd toyed with the idea of giving up alcohol for a while. I'd done a few months, and then I read The Naked Mind, and once you read a book, you can't unlearn what you've learned. So I committed to myself that on the 31st of August, I can't believe I've nearly done a year, 31st of August 2019, I was going to give up alcohol. And I did. And it's nearly a year later, and I'm going to be a year sober. My life has changed. Unfucking believably. I have PMDD. I have thoughts. I have dark thoughts. It's horrible. But I also experience joy. Unbelievable joy. Because the alcohol might mask all the feelings you don't want, but what it does take away from you is joy. Like just feeling good about the smallest of things. The mindfulness of life when you don't drink is incredible. Incredible. But there's also one big problem with being sober. The rest of the fucking world. Sorry, don't mean to shout. So that is my problem, the rest of the world. Unfortunately, alcohol is society's number. It's the way we're kept down. And I've realised that now, because I was too frightened to have a voice. I was too frightened because the alcohol kept me small. It made me feel inferior. It made me hold shame. It made me hate myself. It made me, the things that I did to myself, I would never treat anyone else like that. But what I did to myself when I was drinking, the thoughts, the way I spoke to myself was horrendous. Horrendous. But now, things have changed. So as I come to a year sober, I've made a massive decision about the Sober Artists Club. It is going to be big. There's no doubt about it. I am going to be an advocate of a booze-free life. I'm not going to preach. I'm not going to tell you not to drink. That's not my style. What I am going to do is be inspiration, support for those people, and they're out there because they've been contacting me, that want to make changes in their drinking habits. The Sober Artists Club is for anyone. It's going to be an online thing, and it will eventually be a place of safety, a place to come and be creative, a place where alcohol doesn't play a part in it. It's going to be a social place. It's going to be a place to empower and inspire. You know, I've got a vision to teach women how to run my courses. Then I can pay them to go and run courses and help other women to inspire them through creativity. So, this is my goal. This is my mission. I'm a 50-year-old sober artist, and I know that creativity is the key. If you look at anything, they say creativity is good for your mental well-being. Fact. There's no bullshit. There's no, you can't change that. If you're creative in any form on a regular basis, it is good for your mental well-being. And if you can make choices about drinking, if you have a problem with drinking and you feel you don't want to do it as much, you want to do things that are sober and with other sober people. Because for me, I worked in pubs from the age of 17. Hello, Daisy. We worked in a pub together. From the age of 17 till in my 40s. So my life, my sober life, my drinking life was in a pub. And so for me, I needed to create something different for me. So this is why the Sober Artists Club is here, because I needed it. But I know other people need it. We need to talk about drinking. We need to say to people, it's okay, you don't have to drink. I get sober shamed because I don't drink. It's hilarious. You know, we don't shame people for giving up smoking. We don't shame someone for stop doing heroin or crack or giving up cocaine. But you tell someone you're giving up, oh dear. But I've done it. I've been on that one. Oh, why are you giving up? Oh God, I don't know if I could do that. But it's bullshit. There is life after alcohol. And as I approach a year of being sober, I never thought I could do it. I did it on my own because in my heart, I knew I was worth more than a fucking can of lager. So, on that note, I'm just going to let you know I'm out loud and proud about what I'm going to do. The Sober Artists Club is real, and I believe that we have choices around alcohol, and we have choices in our life that, you know, we don't need to drink. We really don't. I love my tea and my biscuits and my sober friends and talking and intelligence and conversations that you remember. I don't have shame. I don't have hangovers. I don't waste my money. I have saved. I've got a little app, and it's so far, right, I only put down that I was drinking 5 cans a night, maybe. That was just cans. I didn't put pub money. So far, I've saved over £2,500. Well, I haven't saved it. I've spent it on myself, on my courses. So, yeah, it's massive. So this is why this is a long live, because I couldn't have done this just as a video. I couldn't speak from my heart. So Creative for Curious is still going to be here, all my workshops, Ignite, but it's all going to be under the umbrella of the Sober Artists Club. I am bloody excited. I've trademarked it, so it's mine. I trademarked it in December. I just knew I had to do it. I knew in my heart that this is what I was going to be. So yeah, I'm well proud of myself, and I want to say thank you to everyone who really has supported me through my being, I can't say sobriety, it's really bad, through being sober, because I know for some people it's not, they don't want to hear it, and I do get that. You know, for some people, when you get sober, it makes them question their drinking, and I totally get that. I understand if you think, oh God, that bloody woman again. Fine, don't follow me, don't listen to me, but if that's fine, I'm not for you. I'm here for you if you want to make choices around drinking. If you want to get creative, if you believe in your heart that you're worth more than a glass of wine or a can of lager or a gin and tonic, because I know that I am. So Sober Artists Club is going to be my massive thing. I am going to be out there telling you about it, giving you choices around drinking. I told you it was going to be a long one. I will be posting this as a video so you can watch again, but I will be talking about PMDD, I will be talking about drinking, and I will be talking about the shame of drinking that women carry, because I've done it, and that there is life after alcohol, because look at me. Because I'm sober, I'm happy, and I love myself. And I'm ready to share the world and tell you how to have a sober life if you want it. with creativity. So yeah, have a brilliant day, and remember there's choices and you can make those choices. And yeah, I just, if you want to talk to me about it, if you want to ask me any questions, Sober Artist Club will be going big from the 1st of September. Thank you. And yeah, I'm going to be out there. So yeah, also, if you know any other sober groups or might be interested, who might want me to talk about art and creativity and being sober, I'm your woman. I'm here. I'm ready. No shutting me up now. Anyway, have a great day, and thank you for letting me share this with you. It's massive. So yeah, onwards and upwards. Thank you very much. Bye. I've got to... Sorry, I've got to turn this one off as well because I'm on too. So thank you very